Well, good morning guys, and welcome to another video. And this morning I've come to Bamburgh Beach in Northumberland, home to the famous castle which you may or may not see behind me. It is there, believe me. And yeah, I'm trying to be a little bit quiet because there's people sleeping in the van behind me. And basically I've come here obviously for sunrise. We're going to do things a little bit different today. Basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach a GoPro to me and we're going to go through a complete sunrise shoot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a few of the photos that I've taken here in the past, because it's a location I've visited on numerous occasions. And while you're looking at these shots, I'll get my gear set up and I'll see you on the beach. As you can see, I'm being very careful to not get my camera in the sand, because that would be a bit of a nightmare. Now, I'm actually using my little video camera for this shot, for the sole reason that it's got an 18mm lens on it. Which may not be the correct focal length. I'm an aperture priority. Yeah, I think we've got something here. F9 4 seconds. Now if anything, the 18mm may actually be too wide. Which is sod's law. But it's okay, I shall switch to the... I think when you're using such a wide lens, what you really want to try and do is exaggerate all this foreground, this gorgeous foreground. So we'll try it again. I'm using a 2-second self timer just to try and eradicate any shake from when I press the shutter button. I'd say I don't normally use this camera for landscapes, to be honest. It is literally just the video camera. It's quite nice. Still not there yet. There's a lovely pre-dawn glow. Okay, that might be better. I'm hoping you guys can see what I'm actually doing here. Basically what I'm doing with the 18mm lens, I'm trying to exaggerate all these foreground ripples here, keep the sky reflecting on the water. Castle's obviously sort of like the start of the show. I'm letting the camera pretty much decide where to focus because I think all of it's pretty good. At 18mm you get such a good depth of field. F11, which is probably a little bit overkill. I'll go to F10. 2-second self timer, ISO 100. I'm not sure what's going on here with this bit of almost banding. I'm going to check the histogram. You see I'm losing it. So I'm going to bring it back. Now I'm shooting RAW and JPEG, and what you have to remember is what you're looking at, the histogram is based on the JPEG, not the RAW. So whilst I think it's probably absolutely fine, I think I can pull that all back. I am just going to bring it down as well, bracket to the point when my highlights are not clipping. That's fine. If you look at the histogram here, I hope you can see that. If you look, I'll bring come a bit further. You know, basically it's not clipping there. We should be absolutely fine. I'm just going to quickly review the shot through the viewfinder. I find that far easier. So now my keys, I think I'm going to head over to the rocks over there, and I'm going to try and be there for basically when the sun actually does come out, and actually give me a bit of light. But again, we've got lovely sand ripples here. Can you see the ripples? I hope you can. I don't want to destroy these, so I'm going to take the long way round. But I think I'm quite happy I've got the first shot in the bag. As I say, when I'm sort of coming to a sunrise session, I always try to get 3 shots really. I like to get that pre-dawn glow, which I think I've just got. Then I like to try and get something like suitably different for the main sort of sunrise shot. Ah, these ripples are lovely. I need to make the most of these ripples. Or at least I need to not destroy these ripples in case I do want to make the most of them. Now I'm actually here trying to get a shot for my Northumberland Canada for 2025. And the 2024 one is out at the moment. I'm going to put up the shot now, which was actually my Bamburgh shot for this year. Now guys, I've got a question to ask you, and this is quite an interesting one. Obviously you've probably heard about Sycamore Gap and the fact that some idiot decided he was going to cut it down. Now I always include a photo of Sycamore Gap in my calendar, and I'm going to put up another shot now, which is this year's Sycamore Gap shot. My question to you is, next year, do I or do I not include Sycamore Gap? Now my gut feeling is I shouldn't, because it is no more. But then I don't know. You know, should we still remember it? I don't know. I'm in a quandary about it, because the last thing I want to do is to look like I'm actually trying to sort of profiteer from photos of Sycamore Gap, because it's really sad it's gone. I'm gutted about it, and I don't know. I'm feeling like a bit of a moral dilemma about it. Do I include a Sycamore Gap photo for the last one for next year's calendar, or for 2025? Or do we just let it be and just realise that it is no more? Right, so just a nightmare with the audio. I'm hoping you've heard me waffling on for the last few minutes. It could be argued it's maybe better not to, but anyway, we won't go there. S52. I do like this camera. It's a bit of a beast. So, aperture priority. Make sure image stabilization is off. Autofocus. ISO set to base 100. And really what I need to do now is work the composition. Put you onto the video on the camera actually. And basically what I'm trying to do is I want to use this line here leading up to the castle. Now this would be relatively straightforward if I was going for a square crop, but obviously I'm not. So that's quite nice, but still not leading the eye as much as I would like. I think I'm actually going to bring the camera lower. I want to really... The problem with this is I bring the camera lower, I'm potentially going to lose the line. So let's hope just a bit lower. I don't know. I'm just going to look for the viewfinder. I do find it a bit easier. I think I need to change my location a bit. Yeah, I'm still not entirely happy with how that's working. I'm going to try and swing it around a bit. Don't know. The problem I find with sunrise, and it's going to be pretty obvious really, is it's always a race against time. Not really happy with that, I'll be honest. And it may be a case of something like that. Just a test shot. No, I don't think this is the one. I actually don't think this is the one. I think I've got approximately 10 minutes until sunrise, so I'm going to try and find something else. I'm going to keep the cameras out. Just go and retrieve my camera back and the video camera over there. Now, just in case you're wondering why I'm not using a Lumix for the video camera, a lot of it's to do with the Sony a7C, which you can see in front of you hopefully. It's smaller, and basically the face detect works pretty good, so I can just essentially I can just leave it to record and not worry too much about what it's doing. And if I use the G100, the G100 works okay, but I can't trust it as much as I can trust this little Sony. So I think sometimes it's about having the right tools for the right job. And I think the reality is the Sony for me is just the right tool to do the job. Now this is a bit precarious, isn't it? I keep saying to myself that I will get myself some wellies, and I keep forgetting. And I keep getting wet feet. But look at these rocks over here. I'm hoping you can see all of this. Now these rocks are quite cool if they get some sun on them. I'm always looking for the cleanest composition possible. And I think it's going to be this actually. Now, you should be able to see in front of me. Sorry about the chaotic nature of this video, by the way, but I think what I was keen to do is make this video as raw as possible. Now look at these rocks. These rocks are cool. These rocks are really cool. I'm going to set you guys back up again so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, this is the one. I'm trying to compose so I don't get these camper vans in. I'm pleased to say that mine's not one of them. Well, I wasn't that pleased to say it's half full this morning when I got up to clear here, but you know. Let's have a look. For some reason now only to my S5 Mark II, it's lost my level. I don't know what's going on there. Still not sure, you know. I'm just going to have a look for the viewfinder. I think I need a bit more height on it. What I'm keen to do, which hopefully you can see these sort of terraced rocks here. I want to keep these in as foreground. I'm hoping there'll be a little bit of shadow to add a bit more. We're getting there. We're definitely getting there. Can you see the amount of fine tuning it's taking just to get me somewhere near happy? I'm going to take this shot. What I'm going to do actually, I'm going to crank up the exposure just so you can see. So I like these rocks here. I'm not quite there though, am I? But no, I think I am. I think that's my composition. I quite like that composition actually. Again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch you back to the live view on the camera. And basically what I'm doing is I'm trying to use these rocks around here as foreground interest. Then you've got this nice rock plateau over here just sort of coming into the frame. Then obviously we've got Bamburgh Castle at the front. It looks slightly different on the final shot simply because that's a 16:9 crop, because it's for video. Now, as I said in last week's video, I think this goes to prove that really, again, a 24:105 will do 90% of what I wanted to do. Now, I'm trying to get that little island in there. I get very nervous at this sort of time of the day. I don't know if nervous is the right. I probably don't really need to get nervous. That's probably been a bit melodramatic. But it's just that waiting game, isn't it? I'm just going to lift you up. I think there's been far too many up the nose shots of me. So basically, as you can hopefully see, I'm really paranoid that things aren't recording, but anyway. Right in the distance is a little bank of cloud. The sun's about to rise behind it. Sunrise is 7:30, it's 7:29, so yeah, sunrise is happening. It's just a waiting game, isn't it? No, back in the day, I would be playing with filters. I'd be having some filters on now to sort of because the sky's a bit bright. I put filters on to try and sort it all out. But the reality is nowadays, modern cameras, modern sensors are that good that you don't really need to worry with filters so much. And I think even if you're using micro four thirds, micro four thirds used to be quite noisy if you lift the shadows and stuff like that. But no, they still are quite noisy, but the fact is you can clean it up a lot easier in Lightroom, so honestly it's not such an issue. We're quite blessed with modern technology, modern cameras. I don't think there's such a thing as a bad camera at the moment. It's really just about getting the camera that fits your needs. This is where I'm going to end up taking quite a few shots, isn't it? Just to always the first shot, check what the histogram's doing. Histogram's fine at -1 stop exposure. 20th second f13. But that's going to come up. I'm actually going to crank this up to about f16. I'm hoping I can get some sort of f18. I'm hoping I can sort of get a sunburst as such. Well, getting something. As you can probably tell, I haven't got enough sun on the rocks yet. Still not happy. That's better, we'll try that. Histogram still looks fine. We can, sort of. Right, so I'm going to try slightly changing my composition, I think. Not what, okay. Trying to take the sun out of the equation. Can't get an angle that I'm really pleased with. Which is frustrating. Really frustrating. I think we're going to have a march. So we're just going to go a little bit further up. I'm not entirely convinced I'm happy with that shot, to be honest. I'm going to try something here. Camera's at a really dodgy angle. No. I think what I want to try and do is I want to try and get over that direction so I can shoot in that direction and get the sun out of the frame, because I think the sun's limiting my options. I don't really want the sun in the frame, especially as it gets harsher, because basically the contrast. Oh, sludge. Because basically, wet foot time. I think if I'm being really pedantic about it all, is I wish I had a bit more water. You can never please us photographers, you know. I'm going to put my glasses on so I can look for the viewfinder. Mainly for you guys. I normally wouldn't be that worried, but now you see, it's still not doing it for me. It's really not. And it's mainly due to sun direction. Because of where the sun is at the moment, it's really knackering a lot of my angles I actually want. We'll try over here. Do let me know, guys, if you like these sort of point of view videos. It's not something I've really ever done before. Well, I think I'm really struggling from a lack of clouds. And I think it's always a little bit harder when you've got no clouds at all. You always need something going on. So really what I'm looking for now is a nice clean beach. I think I'm going for a nice clean beach shot. Hopefully with a nice little bit of seaweed in the foreground. Oh. Right, now we're cooking. Don't know what we're cooking with, but we're cooking. Right, I think we're nearly there. It's all about angles with these sort of shots. I'm going to try that one first of all. Okay, histogram's fine. Focus there. We do not need to be f20, f10, 40th of a second. It's all right. It's okay. I do actually wonder on this occasion if I actually might be better for the 18, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to simply being that I really like the simplicity of the shot. As you can see, I've cranked up the ISO there, I've cranked up the exposure compensation there, really, just so you can see what I'm doing. Now I'm going to bring it back down to 0. I'm at f16, I do not need to be f16, I'll go to f11, in fact I'll go to f10. I'm going to try not get my hand in the shot. I've left the hood in the car, which is very silly. Okay, so what I like is basically, I like the simplicity of this little bit of a rock plateau as such. The castle right in the corner, and then we've got the dice over there, and the dice over there, and the little hut. I quite like that one. I think that's quite nice. The lack of cloud, the lack of any cloud really is I think maybe, to be honest, I think that could be it. I think I'm going to head back towards the van. Yep, this definitely looks like a suitable sitting spot. So I'm going to pack my gear away, and I will leave you with the photos that I've taken. Guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Apologies if you can't see me. I know it's been a little bit different. I thought it'd be quite nice just to actually take on a shoot and just to talk you through what I'm doing. So I know some of it might be a bit like watching paint dry, but I think landscape photography is not always bang, 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 get shot after shot. Sometimes it's just a case of the process of actually trying to make 1 or 2 photos. And I think that's probably what I've achieved here. Maybe, I think I may have 3 photos. I think I may have achieved the 3 photos which I wanted. So really, that was the objective, and I think we've done it. I'll definitely, I think, have a calendar photo anyway, so it's all good. It's been fun. It's been nice to be out, and it's been nice to take you along with me. Anyway, if you've enjoyed this video, please do give it a thumbs up. Maybe subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and I'll see you again soon for another one. Thanks for watching.